Hey, what's up everyone? Pasay Baller here. This is the fifth game for today, April 4, 2023. So this is a battle between Minnesota Timberwolves and Brooklyn Nets that will happen at around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's going to be 7:30 a.m. here in Manila. I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. By the way, I checked on the spread. It's just -1 given. There are even some sites which are giving -1 towards Minnesota, and there are some sites giving -1 towards Brooklyn Nets. So it seems like the bookies are actually confused. But so let's just go ahead and do money line on this, okay? All right, so before we proceed, let's go ahead and check on the standings and the rankings of both of these teams. Starting with Brooklyn Nets, they are at number 6 in the Eastern Conference with a record of 43 wins and 35 losses. While for Minnesota Timberwolves, they are at number 9 in the West with a record of 39 wins and 40 losses. So they would actually want to solidify their spot, maybe even improve that to number 8 so that they would improve their chances in making it straight towards the playoffs. Right, so Brooklyn Nets, they would have the home court advantage on this. Fatigue-wise, we can skip that part because all teams rested last night. In terms of momentum, we got to give it to Brooklyn Nets because approaching this game, the Nets are actually coming off on a 3-game winning streak, while Minnesota Timberwolves is the other way around. Minnesota Timberwolves, they are having a 3-game losing slump. Now, if you take a look at their forms, Minnesota Timberwolves, they have only won, well, actually, both of them, both teams have only won 4 games out of their last 10 games. But, of course, we got to give the advantage towards Brooklyn Nets because just like what I said, approaching this game, they are on a 3-game winning streak, so they are on a roll. Let's take a look at the availability of the players and the health of both teams. For Brooklyn Nets, it's just Ben Simmons who's out. Well, he's out for the rest of the season anyway. And a lot of people just don't care. I'm sorry, I mean no disrespect to Ben Simmons, but a lot of people really just don't care about him being out, and a lot of players. I've read some articles that they even prefer him not being on the uniform. So I don't know. But for Minnesota Timberwolves, we got Naz Reid being out for this game, and we got Jalen Noel, Austin Rivers, and Karl Anthony Towns all listed as questionable. So in terms of health, Brooklyn Nets would have the advantage as, again, they only have one player out, and that's Ben Simmons. The rest are actually available for them. Unlike Minnesota, one is out, Naz Reid, and man, Reid is actually giving them a lot lately, man. Naz Reid is actually giving them defense and rebounding, and not only that, Naz Reid's shooting has improved a whole lot, and he can actually score inside and out. So him being out would really hurt for Minnesota. Again, this one's gonna be tough because both teams are still fighting for something. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn Nets, they would want to solidify their spot at number 6. Of course, they don't want to go through that 7 to 10 puzzle. Minnesota Timberwolves, they would want to at least improve their spot and make it to number 8 if possible. And it is still possible if they can actually grab, several wins. So, again, both teams are still fighting for something right here. But I'm going to pick Brooklyn Nets because, number 1, they are at home. Number 2, they are on a roll. And just like what I said, they have a 3-game winning streak approaching this game. And lastly, but definitely not the least, they are the healthier team between the two, between these two teams, Minnesota and Brooklyn. Just imagine if Karl Anthony Towns won't be able to play for Minnesota, that's going to hurt a lot because Karl Anthony Towns give them a whole lot of points, and not only that, of course, the confusion in the defense. So Brooklyn Nets can easily, can easily put up a defense that they got too. So my pick on this one would be Brooklyn Nets, and let's do money line on this. Again, that's Brooklyn money line. Peace out, Pasay love, and God bless.